Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. So happy to see you here today. We're doing a reading for the Divine Feminine, and I'll welcome all y'all in. I thank all y'all so much for your support, for your likes, shares, subscribes. It's been kind of a wild roller coaster last couple weeks for me. My baby had gotten sick, and I've had to tend to her, quite rigorously because I wasn't able to take her to the vet. I don't have the money, and I know that sounds so horrible and made me so angry, but here she is. She's resting comfortably. I don't know if you can see her here or not. I'm just asking you guys to please send your prayers. I've been working on making sure she stays hydrated and mixed up all of her food, like in a blender, so I could give it to her in a syringe. And I have no idea what it was, what happened. It just out of the blue. And so, been quite a hectic week for me, and I'm asking you guys, please, for your prayers for Daffodil, okay? Because she is my baby, and I know she's going to be all right, but I'd love to see her be able to recuperate a little faster. The littler dogs are more delicate than the big ones. I've always had big dogs my whole life, and generally kept them for life. Most of my dogs I had for a long time, and my last dog died about 5 years ago, my last big dog, and I was on the road, and he was with me every single day. That was my boy. I loved him so much. I love all my dogs. I love all my animals. I love every creature that comes into my life, actually, and definitely fall in love with them. Very, very heartfelt. But actually had 3 generations of dog. Had the father dog back in the late 80s and early 90s, and then after he was 10 years old, we allowed him to breed, who was Wolf, who produced a breed of dogs that we waited for another 10 years to breed, and that was Lobo, and from that dog we got Hossy, and then we went homeless. And so he was very special to us too, and we were very proud that we actually had a family of dogs, the dogs in the family for that long. And the wonderful thing was, it was like by the time we got to Hossy, like Wolfie was a terror. I loved Wolf, but he was a terror. And then we had our next male off of him. Him and his wife were married for life. And he was so much better, like, more mindful, than Wolf was. And by the time we had Hossy, the 3rd generation, I don't know if the DNA adjusted or the mind or what happened, but each time it was like it became more and more familiar. And with Hossy, he just knew what to do. He just knew what to do. Now, I don't know why this is coming up. I guess I'm sharing with you guys. Thank you so much for allowing me to do that. I've had a lot of things in my life that I've loved till death do us part, because I am that kind of girl, I'm ride or die. If I'm your friend, I am your friend. And, if I'm your enemy, then truly enough, sure enough, I will be your enemy. And we will play both games very, very well. Very, very well. But I prefer to be always on the friend side. I don't really see enemies in anyone. But if they prove to me that they could be an enemy or want to be an enemy, then, you got to play the game, right? You just got to play the game. And when we play the game, because we are the ones that walk in the light, we play it for real, right? We don't mess around. We don't mess around with our words. We ain't got time. Look at us. We're at an age where we just don't want to deal with a lot of dumb stuff. And even if we're young, we shouldn't have to deal with a lot of dumb stuff. And that's what this time is all about: spiritual ascension, learning more how to be the best person that you can possibly be. to literally be a walking temple. Now, does this say, when you clean your chakras every day and everything you do is for the good, the good of all, without selfish intentions, which most mothers are, because we don't got no choice. So we learned that everything we do with good intentions, and a good intention for all, because, we're in all actuality, I don't care what anybody says, most of us mothers are head over the family. And that's the way I see it. I've always been the one that was over the family. I always was the one that prepared the meals, made the plans, got things together. It was just what I did. So I can imagine a lot of you mothers do the same thing, because, we start doing that the minute we know we're pregnant. We have to make sure we get some plans in place. We got to arrange things. We got to think differently, because no longer are we solo single. We are now, a pair, regardless of what happens. The mother and child usually stick together for a while until the daddy can handle it. So, and with that being said, I love you guys. I don't know where we're going with this, but let's find out. Let's roll the dice and see what the dice say. First off, let's see where we're at today. This is Wednesday. We got Capricorn and Aquarius. Wow. Capricorn, steady, discipline, play hard, work hard. And Aquarius, thinking out of the box, coming up with solutions, working through difficulties, finding out of the way answers for things that are going on, right? Okay. Oh, and the moon is and what went into Aquarius. Got the moon conjunct Pluto. Yeah, we're probably still feeling that. Okay, let's go. So we got a new camera, guys. Okay, and I hope y'all don't mind what's going on behind me here. This is my little room where I live. I love it so much. And these are all my... Well, this is my baby, but these are my babies too. These are my healing rocks. And, I love my rocks. It's kind of like a chess game. Every day it changes. I just kind of change the scenery over here, pull rocks in, put rocks out. Each one of these rocks are healing for healing. And let me tell you, when you get your rocks, look them up and read up on them. These little rocks like this, see, they're tiny, tiny crystals, are more powerful than the big giant rock like this. So they have smaller vibrations, which enters your body easier and quicker than if it's on the larger vibrations, because the wave, takes longer to get to you. But if it's small waves, see, and these put off the small waves. So, a combination of rocks and stuff, and I have a book that goes with all my rocks, but I kind of intuitively chose my rocks, and I really, really, really can feel the difference in them. They help you to get grounded. They help you to meditate clearer, and just holding one is very, very comforting. Just feeling it in your hands and turning it over and hanging out with it, it's just very comforting. So, my suggestion for anybody that meditates, that needs to go to your room, is get you a couple rocks that you can touch while you're meditating, while you're thinking, just a little egg, to hold on to, and you wouldn't believe the energy you will get from it, and that the energy that it absorbs from you, okay, and transmutes into a more positive energy. So you guys, rock up, man, rock up. Whoever thought you'd hear that, right? Rock up, rock 'em. Let's see what we get. We got Leo, 4, Foundation, Uranus, out of this world. Yeah, fire and Uranus and a foundation going there. Leo, Leo's all about family, love, pride, being happy with what they do. We got a foundation here, 4, And then we've got Uranus, which is all about, Uranus rules Aquarius. So it's about thinking out of the box, coming up with plans and solutions that will get you through the day, that you can put into practical action and make things happen, right? Right. So a lot of you out there might be having a fire set to you. That's pretty awesome, because the fire burns away the dross, right? Right? That stuff, that heaviness that we don't want to carry anymore, things that, we want to leave in the past but keeps popping up. And that was another thing that I got to download that the Spirit wanted me to talk about. Stop reinforcing your situation. Instead, break it with I am wondrous and miraculously made. I can do anything. And this is how you want to think in your life these days. I am wondrously and miraculously made. And this is truth. We're magical. We're powerful. We can get ourselves cleansed up in our energy, that we can be walking manifestors, that we can walk the walk and talk the talk. When we work with God, like, I don't know what you guys want to manifest in your world, but I want a happy family. I would like to, and I have been manifesting this for about 3 years. I want to live well. I don't want to be rich, but my basic needs I like to be provided for, okay? I'm not looking for a big vacation, but everybody deserves one. But that's not what it's about. It's about, my puppy should be an important part of being on insurance. Now, I know I can get insurance through a certain place, but I myself am on Medicaid. Or, I get disability. And so, I am on, I only have enough money to pay my rent. And my little puppy gets sick, and I can't take her to the doctor, which I think is pure torture. We see animals out in the wilderness, and we can call wildlife and game, and they will come and help those animals, which I praise God for and would never want to change it. I pray it continues, that we become the helpers of all life, But my little puppy gets sick, and, I can't even get her to the doctor. They want $150 just to bring her in. What in the world? What in the world? So I see so many of the elderly and the poor who have babies, right? Who have babies that are an essential part of their lives. Some elderly only have a puppy. They don't even have family. I've seen it. I've talked to them. I know this because I have been around the world. Not around the world, but let's say around America, for sure. Okay, for sure. I have been all around America, met many different cultures, civilizations, and I have seen where the elderly love their babies, whether it be a cat or a dog. Do you realize how much stress it is just to know that your baby's sick and you can't take it to the doctor? Oh my goodness, that is stressful. Daffy, what you doing? Yeah, stress mommy out, huh? Yeah, she was totally down. I don't know what it was. I think she may have hurt her back because she is a weenie dog. Are you a weenie dog? Mommy love that baby. Yes, mommy loves that baby. I love you. Over my baby. Yes. And so it was very, very stressful. And, from all of that stress, all hell broke loose. I started looking for sources of why there's so many people that are, that don't have what they need, and so many people that have way more than anything they need. And so I guess that is an expression of Uranus speaking out. Speaking out loud. And, you know, like, I discussed it with God. Like, I had an argument in here with heaven and hell like you would not believe. Why? The value of my life was placed on money. My happiness had to be about money when all I wanted was my little baby to be okay. Well, of course I took matters into my own hand, and I made sure I pumped her full of water, and I made sure I pumped her full of baby food and kept her going whether she was wanting it or not. But all the same, I had a right to take her to the doctor and find out what was going on, and I felt like my right was just so squashed. And, you know, I called heaven and hell both into court. You know, you want to tell me why it's like this? And listen, you know, I want to ask you guys to express yourself like that too. If you find things in your life that aren't the way you like them, discuss it with God and hell, heaven and hell. And let me tell you something, you got the power. You know why? Because you're grounded. You're grounded in the flesh. You have the power. You are immortal being on this earth with the power to judge what you think is right and wrong. And I'm asking you to ground yourself down in this dirt. You are a creator. You give life. You can form life inside your belly. You're a manifester. You divine feminine. You are a manifester. Start thinking about how you want to see things. To hell with what's in the past. Unless it comes up, like it did for me. Like, I want to know why so many people are so rich. Well, I went through the whole thing. I found out. I went through the alien thing. I followed some of the aliens all the way down. You know, a big setup this world is. But we're going to break it. Because, you know, we're even more powerful than the aliens. You know why? Because they gave us bodies of animal creatures. Yeah. So those aliens that didn't come from this planet don't have the power like we do. Because we are made from this planet as much as we are alien. So we've got everything Mother Earth gave every creature on this planet, plus alien superpowers. Just takes a little meditation, a little cleansing of your energies, and believing in yourself and the force of life. The God-given force of life. Okay, girls. I love you. You know how she... I'm not much into lion, because a lion pride is full of a bunch of women and a male. I'm more a tiger. Tigers don't live in prides. And they never claim the male, and the male don't claim them. They don't mate for life or anything like that. But if I'm going to be a cat, I'm going to be a tiger. And a tiger never stops. It goes, and she goes, and she goes, and she wanders the jungle. You know, take big swallows, goes out and sees what's going on, climbs trees. She never lays around and just hangs out. That's not the way she does. And you can understand a lion's pride does that because he can send out many females. They go hunting, bring down food. They can get it quick, easy. And, you know, it's not too hard to live like that. You can lay around and hang out all day. But it's obvious that the tiger ain't into that. You know, they don't need a pride. They go out and take care, become independent, look at things in a different way, see things in a different way, and they feel about themselves in a different way. And so I'm more of a tiger kind. I like to go out and look around. I'm a wanderer. And I know you guys are too. And we are in a day and age where it's time to open ourselves up wide to the possibilities of what is inside of us. So think about it. What if you are alien? What if what if there's stuff in our DNA, which they say there is, that, God only knows what it is. I mean, what if you could imagine it, what it is? What would it be? Well, when I use my imagination, if I could imagine anything in life, I would be strong enough to do feats that are out of this world, which one of my greatest feats would be is to bring equality back to this planet, and for people to not think that they are compared to money, because you are invaluable to God. You are the image of God. You are the power of God. You are everything that you find in you that is powerful. You are that. That is what you are. Play me a tune, baby. We got harmony. Well, we got a guitar right here. What kind of guitar is it? Hey, it's got fire going down both sides. So this is all about electricity and energy. Lightning is going up this thing right here. This, I don't know what you call that, because I never did play a guitar. So, but up this handle right here, there's lightning right there. Can I get it up there? Where's the camera? I got this new camera. I don't know how to work it. But anyway, we got this beautiful guitar with fire on the sides, lightning coming down the handle of it, or this, whatever this thing is right here. And again, we got harmony. Harmony. Or a musical note. I'm not sure what you call those, so I'm just going to call it a musical note. I don't like this camera. I can't hardly get a close-up. Okay. A musical note. And floating on a cloud. Imagination. I'm just going to say that this is all about a musical, a rock and roll imagination. A rock and roll imagination. Okay, rock and roll music. That's funny. Oh God, Holy Spirit, you are very, very funny. Okay, well, God says to let your imagination rock and roll. Like let it go free. Let it soar. You know, let your dreams come to the top, to the surface. Talk to God about it. You know, and then after you've talked to God, wait for an answer. Right? Because you don't want to just talk to God. That's your prayers. And we can do any kind of prayer. We can stand up, talk, have a discussion prayer. You know, we don't have to be on our knees prayer. We can talk to God as if God is the partner in our life. That's how I talk to God. Okay? Because I like, okay, you're going to be my partner? All right, right on. I got this. I can tell the truth. I can be honorable. I can be kind to people. I love people. I love creation. I love all this. Let's do this. We're a lot alike. Right? And when you partner up with God, you know, we might have a lot of stuff in us that we have to go through to get to the land of peace. It's a journey. It's a journey. And what a journey it is of realization, of finding yourself. It's the greatest journey you will ever go on in your life. It'll be a journey you may not want to come off of. You may end up like me. You may end up being a wanderer. Now I wander the lands, wander to look for things that, you know, that the eyes don't always see. Courage. We got the lion here. Well, the lion is brave, isn't he? Yeah, I just read some article on an old lion in Africa and his resume, and I tell you what, he was something else. He was something else. Something else. Courage. Be courageous enough to stand up for yourself. Even to God. Even to God. That's right. You stand up for yourself. If you don't think you're getting a fair deal, then you call out the judge about judgment and you tell him what you think. Tell her what you think. They hear you. Mother Earth hears you. Father in heaven of righteousness hears you. That's why his name is righteousness. And Mother Earth of the physical world, she hears you. And the laws of the universe hear you. And I'm here to state they hear you. I know they hear you. So stand up outside of your, and step outside of your comfort zone. You will discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. So let's go through this again. Be courageous enough to stand up for yourself and pursue your dreams, and step outside of your comfort zone. You will discover that you are capable of more than you ever imagined. Okay, I love the lions, but like I said, if I want, I can be a tiger. Okay? Alright. Yeah. You know, the feminine lions do what the male lion says, and they just let it go. Tiger ain't never gonna do that. I ain't no tiger. I mean, I ain't no lion. I ain't no lion. I'm a tiger. And you can be whatever you want to be. That's up to you. Everybody has their choice, right? Okay, so we've got guitars and we got musical notes, and let's go with the wee moon and see what wee moon has to say to us today. And the topic of it all is walking like you are a walking, talking temple. You know, a walking, talking, you know, one and a force with God. And that's how I live my life. You know, God is in me. I used to think God was outside of me, but God's not outside. God's inside of you. And God knows the difference between truth and lies, and, you know, God's intelligence. Source knows. Like, a lot of people think there is no mind in the universe, but let me tell you, there is a mind in the universe. All you have to do is look out and see how perfect everything is. It just rolls in perfect connection. Earth Priestess Mother, spirit connection. Yeah, it just connected, like we said. Yeah. So you talk to God. Talk to Mother Earth. Talk to the universe. The universe has a mind. Mother Earth has a mind. You have a mind. That would be a three-way tie, right? The mind of the universe, the mind of the mother, and the mind of you all coming together as one would be a triangle. That's the Trinity. And that's how I see it. No names behind these forces. They like all natural, authentic. They like for you to express God in the way you see God and feel God and experience God. But express it if you've got an expression. Yeah, let it be known. Goddess consciousness rising. Let me turn it this way. Yes, let it be known. Speak out what you know. Share your life with others. That's what God tells me. Just share. Love the people. I was like, you know, I get nervous sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what I'm going to say. You know, when I know what I'm going to say, that's wonderful. But when I don't know what I'm going to say and I need to come on here, that's kind of intimidating to me, because I feel responsible for what I put out. And I want to bring good. Air Priestess Mother, calling in the directions. I want to bring good information. I want to let you know how much you're loved by this universe, and how much this universe wishes that you would talk and call in the directions. Call out. Look at her calling out to the sunrise, calling out to the dusk. Yeah, she's calling. Hey, here I am. Here I am. Have you done that? Have you showed God and said, here I am? Wow. This makes me remember when I was 3 years old and I asked my dad for a flashlight, and we lived way, way, way out in the boondocks, you know. Even had to go outside to go potty. But anyway, but that wasn't why I wanted my flashlight. I wanted a flashlight so I could go out to the apple tree. Yes, there was an apple tree. I was probably a little, like around 4. And I remember going out to that tree. I don't know what time it was, but it was definitely very dark. and I shined the light up in the sky, and I kept flashing it, and I said, here I am, I'm here. I don't know who I was talking to, of course, but I did that. And I did that, you know, like it was one of my first visions that I had. I had quite a few visions when I was even little baby. And yeah, I went out and shook the flashlight. It wasn't at the dawn. It could have been coming dawn. I woke up in the night and took the flashlight and just went out and stood by the tree and looked up through the limbs. And I remember saying, here I am, whether spring or fall, there was no leaves on the tree, so I'm not sure when it was. But yeah, that's what that reminds me of. So call out. Call out to the Most High and let Him know you're here. He knows anyway. But He really wants you to give Him a call. You know, I mean, He can't impede upon you. She can't impede upon you, because it is written they can't unless you ask. And then when you ask, you know, look, there's the next card waiting up. And then when you ask, you begin a journey, the fool's journey. You begin learning about who you are and where you came from, what you're made of. Doesn't mean you have to change anything in your life at all other than your mind. Yeah, you begin thinking more progressive. You begin healing. You begin coming out. You would also want to begin to rinse and cleanse your energy centers, your chakras, and begin searching your imagination of how you can connect with God in your own way, because really it's like a thumbprint. Each and every one of us are different, and we each have that special thing within us that God has placed there at our birth. We came with it. We've all been around for a while. All right, we've all been around for a while. So we've got, you know, energies within us that are from past lives as well, because the soul carries all that. The soul is the energy of waters, emotions, you know, waters, emotions, feelings, insights, intuition. You know, fire is also intuition, but water carries the feelings of the things that we've been through. And a lot of time it's through feelings that we find what we're looking for, right? So I love this right here. So let's change cards. This is beautiful. So God's saying, you know, you want to know who you are, where you came from, and where you're going. You know, turn your body into a temple and call out to God. Stand in your authentic truth. Face any fears you have and walk right through. Break open. Break open. And feel yourself. And feel God within you. And just move forward from there. Okay, let's see what Gaia has to say. We saw what the moon says. Let's see what Mother Earth has to say. How is this? What else can they do? And we don't look for shortcuts, because shortcuts don't get us to where we're going. Did you go eat and drink water all by yourself? Did you eat and drink water all by yourself? Come here. Come on. There we go. Put your arms around Mommy. Did you eat and drink water? Yeah. Yeah. I love you. I love you so much. It's okay. Mommy gonna be done. I'm gonna do a couple cards and then we'll see what we can do for you, okay? Mommy, take you outside. Okay, guys. Yeah, no shortcuts. Do the work, go within, call out, ground down into the Mother Earth, reach your energy out to the Father of Righteousness, and to Source. I don't know if source is probably both, male and female, just like all of us are, okay? It doesn't matter who it is. I don't know. I'm just saying it's there, okay? Let's see what Gaia has to say. To me, Gaia is Mother Nature. She is, she's the sun, the moon, the earth, the green, the trees, the air. I'm not, she seems to be the combination of everything coming together in perfect order on this planet. 6 of Cups. Love. I just can't see anything but beauty in this picture. Gentle softness. We were talking of Gaia. Water. Feelings. Emotions. Maybe that's who Gaia is. If anybody out there knows how to define Gaia for me, or maybe it's indefinable. I don't know. That's possible too, right? Right. That I see her as beautiful nature, loving, nurturer, kind and gentle, fierce and violent. She is the opposing forces, the extreme opposing forces of all things, and that's why I want to associate her with nature so much. It tells me truth because of the blue. Look at the blue and the pink. Look at the pink, and she's holding out her hand with love. Maybe this is who we call out to, here I am. Show me what you placed inside of me that will make this world a better place. Show me that which I am, that I can work with you as close as possible, that we can bring the garden back. Yeah, that we bring the garden back. We are the manifestors. We have to come up with the truth. We have to stand in our power. It is time. It is time. This planet has been under the rule of men for far too long. We got to burn that out. They don't know how to nurture life. They're failing miserably. At least the 1% are. The corporate owners, the masculines and feminines that are running this world are failing miserably. And they put Gaia at risk too. They put us all at risk. And it's time that we find that special thing that's in us to change the world through the power of nature. By connecting with Gaia. By connecting with that magic that was built within us from the beginning, right? The DNAs of all the substances they use to create us who we are, right? Yeah, they don't run from us because, they're not allowed to harm us, whether they're aliens, spirits, anything. Yeah, that's a gift from Mother. They're not allowed to harm us. They're not allowed to harm her either. All they can do is lie to us, right? And make us afraid. And if we're not afraid, and we step into our power, the gifts that God has given us, the gifts of sight, the gift of clairvoyance, all these gifts are in you. You have all these gifts. The gift of feeling, the gift of knowing, the gifts of life are within you. You just got to practice up on them. Spend a couple minutes a day meditating, cleaning your energy, and getting to know what's in your DNA. You will be amazed, because I've been watching some movies about the Anunnaki, not movies, but lectures and plays off the Sumerian texts. And you won't believe what's in our DNA. Yeah, four of coins. There's a foundation in our DNA. We hold the world up. Yes, we hold the world up. So this 4 of coins is 4 of pentacles. You can see the archway right there. We are right there where we are about to learn who and what we are and made of. We are mixed with aliens. We are mixed with what they would have called in the old days gods. We are mixed with cavemen. We are mixed with Cro-Magnon. We actually have animal DNA, and you know that. You've heard about your DNA, right? Where you have every animal on this planet within your DNA. Do you know how powerful that is? That's shape-shifting abilities right there. Yeah, you can shift from one energy into another. Check it out. Okay, guys, my baby needs to go outside. I'm going to pull, let me see, what do we got here? Okay, divine creators of this universe. How should we look at this? What do you think how should we look at this, of what I have just explained to these people, of all the things that they have and the power in them and in their DNA and in their chakra system and in their spiritual energetic body? What would you say to them about this thing, about this that they are? What are they? Who are they? How are they? What would you say? What would you say to us? Come on. What would you say? I say, I love you guys. We're going to go right here. What would you say? A journey. A figurative journey. So this would be a journey in your mind, right? Transition. Exit. Away from past sorrow. Transforming cognition. Change your way of thinking. I am the universe. I am God's source is in me. The power of life is in me. I am a part of God's source. From difficult to calmer, healing. One more. Okay, so we're moving away from thinking that we're not powerful. We're getting there to move into the place where we're realizing, because we're on this planet, because we're grounded down in spiritual energy, that we are very powerful in our minds, in our hearts, in our spirit, the fire and soul and passion that we have for changing this. Well, first we have to change ourselves and our way of thinking. And when we change the way we think, we change the world. That's why we want to love ourselves, because when we learn to love ourselves properly, we love everything that's around us. We just kind of look at stuff like, wow, right? Because it's very awe-inspiring to see how we just kind of hang here in the middle of nowhere. It's just all pretty spectacular, really. Okay, one more thing. So we're moving away to better thoughts, is what Creator said, to realizing that we are more powerful than we ever dreamed. We're putting the swords down. You know, we're going to think and rest. We're changing our mindset about who we are and about who others are. Even about others, because the better we think of ourselves, the better we will think of others. Celebration. Yes, here we go. Yes, the synergy of celebrating yourself and others. And you know, we can't live in this world without others. And when we learn how to heal ourselves, we can heal the relationships that we hold. And again, it comes full circle back to family. This world is meant for family. It's meant for love. And we are all family. All of us, we are all family with one another. You're my brother, sister. I'm your sister. We should all care for one another. And this isn't something we were taught, right? This is something that we have to teach ourselves. Very few parents told us to think about the outside of ourselves or how to care for others who are out in the world as well. And that's what we want to bring back into the world, the care for others, the care for life itself in general. It doesn't matter what the life is. If it's a life, it's not really ours to take, is it? No, it's not. And this has even made me think about my vegetarian, if I should be a vegetarian or not, you know. I mean, I got a lot of thinking that's going on, and we all, you know, the closer we get to God, probably the least likely we would ever want to hurt anything, right? That's just the way it is. And, I mean, what is God but love? Not just self-love, not just love of what you have, but, you know, to me, the whole earth is my family, the whole universe. And we're made out of everything in this universe, so we're related to everything. And we can call everything in. We can call in that power. And I just want you to know that. Call in your power, Divine Feminine, because it's waiting for you. All you got to do is send out your energy and say, here I am. Come find me. Show me the way. I'm waiting. Make sure I see what I need to see. And help me not to be afraid. Okay, love you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye. Oh, that's right. Gotta turn this off different. Here we go. Please like, share, subscribe.